Hi, I am on my way to my first DIYer for hire client today, and I am so nervous. Here I am. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm here. This is the project. We're working on Haley's fireplace and fixing these shelves. So it's gonna be a really dramatic transformation, and I can't wait to show you guys what it looks like. On the mantle, we're gonna do a technique called German smear or schmear. Basically where you antique the brick itself so you can get some white texture in between the brick, and it kind of gives it an antique look. First step, the Home Depot. We're here getting all the supplies. We're just gonna get 7 1x6x8s. I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but did you know that 1x8s are not 8 inches wide? They're 7.5 inches wide. Or this 1x6 is 5.5 inches wide, so little tip for you. Okay, we got all of our supplies that we need for just today, which is wood to paint the sides of the shiplap, and we got all the stuff for the German schmear. I don't know. And we're just piling in the car and then we'll go. So it's day 2 of Haley's fireplace update. Yesterday we didn't get as much done as we wanted, which stresses me out a bit about our timeline. It took more time than expected to purchase all the supplies we needed from Home Depot, and also took some time, more time than expected, to plan out her project. By the time we got back and taped off her fireplace, it was time to end our day. So we are left with 2 days to almost finish her project. I'm really stressed about it. I don't know if we're going to be able to get it done. Today's plan is to German smear her fireplace. A lot to do today. We're gonna get really messy, and I'm really excited to see how this German smear turns out. Wish us luck. Andrea is just finishing up the very last assignment that I gave to these girls. Today, we're gonna work on the German smear. That is the first thing. If we have time, we're gonna start attaching our shiplap to the fireplace. So we took the white mortar that we just mixed and we filled it into this mortar bag, kind of like piping frosting. And we're gonna go through and fill in all the horizontal, or a section of the horizontal slats of the brick mortar, and we'll smear it. So Haley's finishing up smearing all of the German smear. It was actually really hard to do. This thing was like a really big arm workout, but it's looking really good. Hey guys, it is day 3 of Haley's fireplace update, and I'm so excited. My attitude has kind of turned around at this point, and I'm more feeling just enthusiastic about the project. My biggest nerve was around not knowing how to do the German schmear, and it is turning out awesome. The homework that I gave Haley last night before I left was to finish the German smear. So finish plastering it all and then brush it down to smooth it out. So I'm really excited to see how it turned out. Today we are going to install the shiplap. I'm so excited to see how it looks when I get back. finishing Haley's project. I gave her a lot of homework to lay the shiplap and start painting. She sent me a picture last night and it is looking really good. I can't wait to show up and see the progress that she's made on the project. Today, we are gonna successfully try to take 2 canned lights and split off of them 2 additional lights to go at the top of her shelf. Anyway, I'm about to show up. I'm so excited to see her progress, see what it looks like. The paint is gonna be a huge game changer with that room, so we'll see. Okay, I'm back here at Haley's house. It looks so good. Like, I knew it was gonna look good from Haley's picture she sent me last night, but she put on another coat and it looks so good. Okay, here's progress. It's amazing. So obviously we still have to add the mantelpiece. We have to add one more piece. There's still some paint that needs to be done, but I'm so impressed. Hey friends, so I just pulled up to Haley's house and yesterday was crazy. We almost had to abandon this entire portion of the project because we could not figure it out. It was stressful and insane. So we ran into a major snag just now. The joists in the ceiling, I was hoping and praying that they were going perpendicular to the wall. We just opened up the ceiling and it's not. It's parallel to the wall. So what could have only taken us 30 minutes is now going to add hours of time because we're gonna have to cut through 2 different joists and run the wire through those holes that we have to cut through the joists and down through the wall. And I am really worried. So we were able to make it past that huge challenge. Today we will finish wiring her lights and mounting them on her shelves. Heaven help that when we turn the electricity back on, we've wired everything correctly and all the lights work. So everything's looking great so far. Now we just need to attach these shelves with the wiring so the lights work. And last step is to do all of the finishing touches. It's looking so good and we'll be able to do the final reveal coming up next. Hey, so I'm back at Haley's house. She has finished all of the homework. Let's take a look at what it looks like. We just had to do a couple of last minute finishing touches to finish up her room and before we can do the big reveal. Just as a reminder, this is how her project looked before. This was after we took off the mantelpiece, and here's what it looked like after. Okay, here it is. Here's the finished piece with all the decor in it. It looks amazing. I am so impressed by Haley and her husband. The German smear turned out amazing. We didn't know what we had gotten ourselves into when we started, but the difference it made was huge. And inside, we painted everything white and we added extra mortar, and then we just stacked some wood in there to make it look nice and cozy. Up here, we added shiplap, which you saw in the process. It goes from the mantelpiece all the way to the ceiling, and Haley did an awesome job making sure everything was lined up perfectly and to cover up some of that brick.
One of my favorite things is, besides the shiplap, I actually really love the lighting. These I thought were going to be really tricky, but they turned out really great and they were really cheap, surprisingly. I had looked and looked online and all the fixtures I was finding were so expensive, but I actually ended up finding these at Home Depot for like $30. They ended up looking awesome and they helped to brighten the room, also just to create better light on my shelves and kind of show off home decor items and things like that. So I love the lights. I also love the shiplap. It was really heavy with the brick going all the way up, and so it kind of breaks up the room a little bit and I like it a lot. Back a few months ago, we had just bought this house and this room drove me crazy because it was the first room people saw when they come in our house, and it was really dark and dim and it didn't match the rest of my house or my style at all. So it was at the top of the list to change and update and hopefully make it look a little bit more my style. So when we very first started, I had very little DIY experience. I had painted and done things like that, but the German smear, that really made me nervous. Just trying to learn that technique and perfect it how we wanted it to look, that made me really nervous. I had never used a nail gun or a saw. I had been around those things but never used them for my own projects, so all of it kind of made me a little nervous. It was awesome because Lexi taught me first what to do and would show me, and once I watched her do it, I'm like, okay, I could totally do that. That's easy. It's not scary. And even with the nail gun, it's still kind of scary to do it the first time, and now I feel really confident that I could use any of those tools really easily just because she's helped give me that. Me and my husband always say we would have never done the project on our own and like made time to do it without having someone to kind of hold us accountable. So I loved working with Alexi. We got along really well, so it was fun. I feel like I have a new friend now that I can always turn to and ask questions about projects and things like that. I am so happy with how everything turned out and how it all came together. It has completely transformed the viewpoint that people come into my house with, and it looks so much brighter and light, and just it's changed the whole feel of my home, and so I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I get compliments on it all the time. It's been really fun to see the transformation happen, and I would go through it all again because it was totally worth it.